Hey, welcome back everybody. Alaska Stock Talk here. This may be a rather long video today, just to let you know. We are I'm going to try and add a better intro now and let you guys know what we're going to talk about so you know what to expect. So first we're going to go over kind of what my prediction was yesterday, how it played out. Then I'm going to show you guys how to use the candlesticks and what I see there. And then what my prediction is for tomorrow for OCGN. So let's get into the first one here. So let me pull up the charts. Okay. All right. So we're going to watch what I said yesterday, and then this is how it played out. So let's go ahead and first take a listen to what I said on yesterday's video in case you didn't watch it. When we go to the hour, we could see that on the hourly, now that we're resting on the 13 MA, right, we're finding that support. And on the hourly, we're actually bouncing off the bottom of the Bollinger Band now. So, let's do this a little bit. So now we're bouncing off the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and we're having some closing partially outside, right? And you see this one is closing partially outside, so it went up a little bit, and we're wicking down. So the more we continue to ride this bottom of the Bollinger Band, we're going to have a spring back up. So I think that's why tomorrow, let's go back to the day, that's why I think tomorrow we may see a bounce back up, because I think we're getting a bit oversold now. If you look at the RSI, right, we're coming back down, we're at 62. Usually you can see some bounces off the 50, so it's possible maybe in the morning we come down another cent or two, but then hopefully we get a bounce on the RSI and we start heading back upwards, right? We might wick down beneath that 13 MA again. Let me clean this back up here. Turn these back on. Tomorrow maybe we wick down back beneath the 13 MA for just a moment, and then if you look over here on the left hand side, this is after it's played out today. It's exactly what we did. We wicked down beneath the 13 MA there. I think we may come back up, but that's just what I think. And we did pop back up above the 13 MA. Again, yesterday I thought it might go up and it didn't, so keep that in mind, right? I don't know where it's going to go for sure, but just from what I was saying today, I think we might get a little bit of a bounce tomorrow. All right, so let me see, what was I going to tell? All right, so that was my prediction there, and you can see that's exactly what happened. We went down beneath the 13 MA, and then we popped back up above the 13 MA. And now let's go ahead and compare this to Altimmune again. And let's take a look here. So basically what I want to point out is pullbacks are healthy, right? 1 second here. Pullbacks are healthy, right? If you guys are like, oh man, we're going down, I mean, remember, right now we're up 70% in 30 days. We were up, everyone was, yay, 100%. Oh, right? You don't need to be like that though. This is still a very bullish chart here, you guys. And we're going to go over the candlesticks because, believe it or not, a lot of people don't, this isn't just, we're not just looking at this, right? These things, they tell us things, right? The candlesticks are indicators themselves. We don't, not only, we got the 30 or the MAs, right? The moving averages, volume, RSI, all sorts of indicators. Well, so are the candlesticks themselves, if you don't know. So today we're going to talk about that too. But first, let's talk about the healthy pullbacks, right? Look at Altimmune. They were down at 2. They're up to 1150. So they've had this massive run. Let's go ahead and see here from the bottom before it turned around. Right now they're up 450%. How do you think they were feeling when they first went on their first run? They were up 140%. Yay! Ow! 70. Guys, it's okay. This is the beginning of the bull market. Okay, I'm going to be pretty bullish in this video, you guys. I don't want to hold back anymore. I'm going to be pretty bullish in this video. This is okay. These are healthy pullbacks. This is a bull run. And before I explain more in depth, let's talk about the candles. Okay, so let me just pull up this one and take a look at some candle shapes here while I kind of talk about them. Okay, let me flip here. So let's find kind of, okay, this is like, this candle here is, well, first of all, let's just take a look at this. The bottom wick here is the lowest price that the stock hit at this time, right? And then the top of the wick is the highest price that it hit within this time period. And then when it closes green, that means that it closed higher than it opened, right? So it opened right here. This is where it opens, on the bottom of the square. And then where it closes is on the top of the square here. Okay? And when it's green, that lets us know that, you know, it was bullish. It closed higher. Red is the opposite, obviously. And for red, it's the opposite too. So for this one here, the opening is on top and the close is on the bottom when it's red. So we opened up here and it went down and we closed here. So let me find another candle. Actually, let me turn off all this other stuff here. And let me get rid of these. We don't need these anymore, really. And okay, so let me look at these candles. Let's go. So where's, let me find, not really seeing what I'm looking for here. So let's keep going. Basically, let's take a look at the wicks. So when the wicks are going up, it's telling us that the buyers are strong there. So we started here, you know, and then, oh, the sellers were pushing us down. They pushed us down, but then the buyers are stronger and we pushed it back up. And so even though we're coming down here, it's still bullish, because everyone, you know, has these long wicks on the bottom, which is bullish. It means the buyers were pushing back on all of these. We're fighting back. And then okay, let me flip back here. All right, so now we saw, right, how compared to Altimmune, you know, these are healthy pullbacks. We're looking at a strong bullish run here, and what I was just talking about with the strength of the buyers pushing these back up, right, the long wicks on the bottom, it was the same here, right? This means it was weak here, weak selling, right? The bulls are still in charge. They came down here. Well, this right here in particular was bearish, so we came down. Then we got the wicks on the bottom, right? We bottomed out right here, the double bottom, and then started moving back up. You can see if it was strong, right, coming down here, they would all be solid like this. This is a really solid bearish movement here. But then you see, oh, you know, it's not there. The buyers are pushing back, so boom, we went back up. These aren't strong sells, they're weak. Boom, we go back up. That's what I expect to happen here with OCGN 2. These are weak sells, and I can show you with the other. If we look at using, maybe I have it on this one here. No. Using the, let's see if I have it here. Oops, got too many on. Let's get rid of this one and turn on our volume super trend, and then let's get rid of the MAs for now, and we're gonna turn on this one. It's called a range detector indicator, and it's gonna, this is run by AI, right? And it finds all the information, and it tells us if it's actually bullish, right? So right here is the first indicator that it's bullish. And if I was to turn off the range here, those are actually red, right? But the AI, the range, is telling us that it's not truly bearish, right? It's telling us that these are still green because they're still basically more controlled by the bulls. That's why it changed them green, and it's saying that because of the bottom of the wicks there. The bulls are still in charge here even though we're dropping. Okay. And another one I want to show you guys is the tweezer double bottom, which we had one back here right before our run started. And actually, if we go back to the hour, we see this is that one right before, and then we had our run. Well, we're getting one here too. We just had one on the hourly today. So that makes me think that tomorrow may be bullish here. Alright, let's get this back. Okay. Got kind of off track there. I need to stick to my list here. So let me... Okay, so let's take a look at the RSI between Altimmune and OCGN as well. So this is another reason why... So now we've kind of moved on to tomorrow's prediction, I guess. This is the reason why I think tomorrow we're going to be bullish again. There's a couple reasons. A few reasons. One I just showed you, right? The range detector was telling us that this is kind of a fake push down. So that right there tells us we may have a reversal coming. It's very similar to how Altimmune did. And then also the RSI. If we were flattening out already, like this over here on Altimmune, if we were flattening out, I would say maybe we would be going down again a little bit. But we're still kind of going up. And I think tomorrow we may have a fairly big jump up. And this is just my prediction, remember guys. Maybe I didn't do my disclaimer in the beginning on this one. I think I forgot. don't take this information and use it to buy or sell or continue to hold the stock, right? This is just for entertainment, just to see if my guess is correct. So don't listen to this video and say, he said it's going up, time to buy, and load up, and then we crash down, right? That would make me feel terrible. Don't do that. So, but if you look at this, we're still pushing up, so I think we may do that. And you can see we're pretty high on the RSI here, and this green here means we're pretty overbought, and it's actually the first time that that green has flashed in this stock ever, which is pretty interesting. I think that really shows how strong it is right now, how interested people are right now. It's the first time we've had this overbought light up, right? Which is why it brought us back down. We were pretty overbought. But you can see, even though Altimmune was overbought here, it got this crash. Look at that. Look at the RSI bounced, just like I mentioned in yesterday's video. Hopefully the RSI bounces. This may continue. Look, it goes back up to the yellow, and that means continuation of the stock price going up back to the level. I think I mentioned yesterday or the day before that our next bounce should be back up towards this level before going back down again. Very similar to Altimmune over here. And so yeah, that's the RSI. Let's keep moving because this video is getting really long. One of the other things, let me zoom in on this one. RSI back down, turn off the tweezer bottom, and let's get the MAs back. Oh, my MAs are going to be messed up on this one. Turn off the Bollinger Bands, turn off Super Trend. Okay, another reason why I think we may go up tomorrow, let's turn the range off, is on the Bollinger Bands, you can see that the 20 MA is about to cross the 200, and pretty much like any lower MA crossing a higher one is bullish. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of bullish things that I see that's gonna push us up tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. But don't quote me on that, right? Remember, this is just for entertainment. We still have a couple more things to point out for bullish. Let me take a look. Next thing on the list, we have the bull and bear wicks that I want to tell you guys about, which we can see a lot easier on the hour. Okay, let's make it bigger. So it's actually called, I have to call this a bullwick, but it's actually called an inverted hammer. When it's like this, when it's the other way, it's a hammer. This is the inverted hammer, and I call it a bullwick. And you can go back on this day, pretty sure it was the day or the day after, something on StockTwits I posted. Usually after a bullwick like that, the stock price follows. Go back and look for it if you want, it's there. And that's exactly what happened. We went right up to there before a little breakdown in price and back up. And then unfortunately back here we saw this bear wick, I like to call it, hammer, right? Big wick down. What happened? We came back down to the exact level of that wick, just like the exact level over here on that one, right? And so we did that, and then this was today here, and this morning when I got up, I took a look and I saw that we were like over here, and I was talking to somebody and they were saying, you know, technical analysis doesn't matter if there's no volume. I said I don't think that's fair to say. I think that's kind of silly to say that, because technical analysis always works. If you guys have been watching my videos for the last week, everything I've said has happened, right? Almost to a T, almost every single thing has happened that I said. And so and right after they said that technical analysis doesn't matter without the volume, or they said that right after I came to the hour and I saw this bullwhip here. Okay, I saw the bullwhip. They messaged me, TA doesn't matter. Yeah, that was right after I saw this, so I just kind of laughed that off. Okay, what happened? We came up to the bullwhip. Okay, so technical analysis is always helpful, okay? So don't let anybody fool you otherwise. Alright, and on to the next thing on the list here. Is the last signal that I see here of why I think we're going to go up tomorrow, back on the daily. Is the tweezer bottom. I would call this a tweezer bottom. Remember, we looked at the tweezer bottom over, and they said there was one here, and there is one on the hourly right here, but they don't call this one a tweezer bottom, but I see it here. And usually when there's a close next to each other and there's two wicks coming down, there's usually a push up. I'm hoping to see, right, if we want this to be bullish and really come back up, I'm hoping we see a big candle, maybe up to the 67, right? We may come up to this point right here, this resistance or this resistance. I'm hoping, right? Probably won't come all the way up here, but we may to get a big candle up here, and if it engulfs these, right, that would be really bullish. And or even if we get some little hammers like this start forming on the way up, woo, we know that will be extremely bullish. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting for tomorrow, is another push up. And just remember, that could not be the case at all. Anything could happen and we could drop down. So don't watch this video and go buy in and not know anything about the stock or know how to do any TA yourself, and then you see a drop tomorrow and weren't paying attention to this video or any of my other ones, and you go, and you sell, right? Don't do that. Don't buy in watching this video. Don't sell after watching this video. That's not what I want. This is just for educational purposes. That was it. We need to end it because it was super long. Alright. Thank you guys for being here. Should I keep making these, right? If you're watching to the end of this, give me a comment down the bottom if I should keep making these. I may not have time here in the future because I have some more college courses coming up, and it would be a lot of extra work to keep making these videos. So are these videos really worth it for you? Let me know down in the comments. And alright, have a good night.